Most entrepreneurs miss out on opportunities due to lack of leadership or not knowing how to connect with the right people. They struggle keeping their sales pipeline full and booking qualified leads. On Business Leaders Network, you will learn from experts who will give you tactical tools and strategies to help you grow as a leader and how to keep your sales pipeline full, increasing your bottom line. Now, here is your host of Business Leaders Network with your strategic business success coach, J.R. Spear.
Welcome back, everyone. My name is JR, and I'm your host on the Business Leaders Network, and we are on the Inspired Choices Network show. And every week, we want to come here and give you guys some tools, strategy that can help you grow in leadership, sales, marketing, systems, processes, and finances. And I love bringing amazing guests on our show that can deliver high quality information with that can help you guys grow. And if you guys have not checked out our online community, I would love to invite you as one of my personal guests. Just go to blncommunity.com, where every week we have different calls based on Ask Your Coach, which is a mastermind call where we ask the biggest questions, help you guys grow your business. We have networking calls. We do in-person networking happy hours, in-person workshops, in-person, mastermind events. And we would love to have you come join in on all the fun. Just go to blncommunity.com. That's blncommunity.com and check us out. And if you have not grabbed a copy of my book, The Success Guide to Growing Your Coaching Empire, go to jrspear.com, grab a copy of my book, and I will personally sign that and send it your way. All right. Today we have a very special guest. Her name is Angie Hernandez. She is a marketing and social media expert, an immigrant from Colombia, has made a name for herself in the online business world. She has successfully established multiple online businesses with a customer base of more than 70,000 worldwide. Her success is largely due to her adept utilization of social media strategies and systems, which has generated over $80 million in online sales over the past 5 years. Angie's passion is to empower others to succeed in business, which led her to create a private coaching program. And the program is designed to help individuals with businesses increase productivity, sales, generate more leads, and triple their revenue, all while attaining more time freedom. Angie, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much, JR. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, but even better that we get the opportunity to finally have you on our show and be able to learn from the expert herself. So I'm just really excited to learn a little bit more about what you're doing and to deliver some great content to our audience.
Absolutely. I'm super excited and blessed to be here. Just looking forward. I've been looking forward, chatting with you and sharing with you guys for the last 2 months. So I am ready to drop all the knowledge and tons of different marketing things that you guys can do to start selling, increasing your sales today.
Yeah. Well, I had to apologize for those 2 months. That's not your fault. That's actually my fault for rescheduling you multiple times with, babies coming on board into this world and kids getting sick. So that's my fault, but I'm glad we made it. We're here and be able to find out, learn a little bit more from you. Now, you got a backstory that is pretty phenomenal and how you got started as an entrepreneur. So I love to give our audience a little bit of knowledge about who you are, how you got started as an entrepreneur, so that way we can, before we dive in to what you're doing to really help the entrepreneur world.
Absolutely. So as you guys can tell, I have an accent. I came from Colombia about 20 years ago with a lot of dreams, but with only $100 in my pocket. I didn't speak the language. I didn't have a formal education or college, or didn't have any contacts. So I came here as an immigrant, looking for that opportunity, looking to do something else. I didn't want anything to be hand off, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a mentor or anybody to teach me. So the thing that we did best, cleaning houses. So I cleaned houses for about 5 years, but inside I have this dream of this thing saying, like, you know what, I should be doing more. I want to help my family. And I got to see my dad and my mom having this incredible 50-year relationship where they love each other with all their passion, but they started having problems in their relationship because of money. They didn't have $50 to pay the electric bill, and then $50 here, $100 here, running behind many different things that in financial. So I took it on myself of trying to figure out, how can I make more money? And at that point, I was just like, maybe I can find another job. Maybe I can just get 2 or 3 jobs. And I did that, but it didn't work. The more I worked, the more I spent. I was, getting paid on Friday afternoon, and I was broke Friday night, and so I spent so many years on it. So until one day, I was struggling financially. I have 54 cents in coins. I have no money to put gas in my car. I got to the gas station, I was running out of gas. The guy at the gas station, when I told him, like, I only have 54 cents, this is all I have, and he laughed in my face. And to be honest, that's the moment that everything changed for me, because it made me kind of get that pride. It said, you know what? Nobody's gonna like, I deserve more. Like, I'm a good person. I need to change everything. And that's when I kind of like opened up my mind to the possibility of maybe something happening. And at the same week, one of the guys that I was cleaning the house for, he gave me a book. Oh no, he tells me, I have a gift for you. And I'm thinking, wow, this guy is a millionaire. He's going to give me a car. Oh, he's going to give me $1,000, like he's going to help me financially, give me a house. When you have a broke mindset, you just think, by having money or getting some money, you're going to change all your problems. But instead of giving me money like that, he gave me a book. And the book is called Think and Grow Rich. I was at the beginning so upset, because it's like, it's an old book. What are you giving me a book? Why are you not giving me money? But I'm telling you, like, when I started reading that book, everything changed. Even though it was boring for me at the beginning, reading the book, it started opening my mind to the possibility of what if I can change my mind? What if I can change my family situation? What if I can build my own business? What if I can do something different? And that started changing my process and personal growth, started my first business. I started into sales. I learned how to sell in social media marketing, and was able to make my first $1 million in 5 years after that. And it's definitely a crazy story. Hasn't been easy, but it's been able to empower so many people to do, and that's what I do. Want to teach people how to do exactly the same thing.
That's really awesome. So what was some of the big takeaways that you learned from the book Think and Grow Rich?
Definitely one of the biggest takeaways is the word what if. What if things can change? What if I have the possibility to actually do something else? What if I can pushing forward and forward and forward, and then actually I can just get it? Because it's not how many times you try something, it's how many times you get up, how many times you do it all over again. And the book has so many stories about people who were like relentless. Hey, I want to buy this. I want to sell this. I want to promote this. Here's my idea. Here's my idea. Here's my idea. And it's just relentless, finding different ways. And just many times, not many times, I feel and I believe that everyone has $1 million idea, but they just quit too soon in pursuing that idea. Even though it's crazy, it seems so crazy, but that's the biggest difference. Just do it until it works.
So you're saying that all of us have the potential to actually have success, especially online?
Not just the potential, we all have it 100%.
Okay, so from your perspective, what's the one thing holding people back?
Fear of rejection, fear of what people are saying, or just because in the road to success, you're gonna fail 100 times. I think you're gonna fail. The more you fail, the more successful you're gonna become. So at the end of the day, when you're broke, when you lose your house, or when somebody's laughing at you and those things, and it keeps happening and happening and happening to you over and over and over again, you give up, because you start thinking like, I'm not good enough. You start sabotaging yourself and having just limited mentality decisions where it's holding you back for greatness. Once you break that barrier and saying, you know what, I'm just gonna keep doing it, because if it's not what I want, that means that this is not the end. The way that I kind of like program my brain is me thinking, this is the book that I'm writing. I'm writing this book. This is my story. I came from Colombia, cleaning houses, learning how to speak English, all these things. and every book, if the book wouldn't be perfect, everything's perfect, chapter 1, second chapter, everything's perfect, and then nobody will read that book. The more drama you have, the more struggles you have, those are the books or the stories or the movies that you want to go see and watch. So I'm challenging myself, like, how many struggles I can get, because I know the more struggles I can get, the more I push myself to create something new and to face my fears, the more it's going to get my outcome. So at the end of the day, so right now I feel like my book is not done, because I'm not where I want to be. 100%. So I'm still writing my chapter. So if you change your mentality, instead of thinking, I fell, I lost my house, I lost my job, I don't have any money, just think about like, hey, I'm just in a different chapter. I'm in the chapter where I have to like figure it out. And then by my last chapter is going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah, I love that. Now, something that's bringing my curiosity is, first off, you're an immigrant from Colombia. And you coming from a family origin where money was always a struggle, always a fight, always in the household. But where did you grasp that discipline to be able to say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to let that be my story, and I'm going to be different, and I'm going to rewrite a different chapter in a different book?
The power of association. So when I started doing reading books, and I really got very obsessed in growing as a person. At the beginning, personal growth for me was like, I'm already grown up. What do I need to grow more? Like, my mentality was like so poor. But I started reading, Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil is an incredible book. And, Think and Rich, and John Maxwell. So, and I started investing money. I will work really hard, and half of my money will always go to books or personal growth, even if it was a course or even for free in YouTube. But I spent a lot of money on Tony Robbins. So I did all Tony Robbins University, and it started changing my mentality. But the most powerful thing that I found through personal growth was the association, the people that I started finding myself, people who had the same mindset, because you are who you surrender yourself with. And that's something that we have heard so many times. You are the reflection of the 5 people that you hang out around with. So before that, I was hanging out with people who were broke, complaining, drinking, going out, and, always with problems and dramas. And now I found myself going out and hanging out with people, maybe in the same situation, struggling financially, but with dreams. Like, hey, I want to open this business. Do you hear about this company? Do you hear about this sales? And then, so that started changing everything. And my first business was network marketing. Multi-level marketing, which a lot of people says like, that's a pyramid scheme. Oh, those things don't work. Nobody makes money on those business. Well, I make my first $1 million through network marketing.
That's a lot. And over 70,000 customers is no joke. And, but for someone that's listening to this and like, man, I understand that we need to surround ourselves around people that think differently, that dream bigger and all these different things. But how do we find them? Because if you're stuck and you're around poor people, let's just say all of your family are kind of in this poverty mindset, not really thinking big. All of your friends in your hometown are not really thinking big, and they're all, sitting around smoking dope and drinking all the time, or just being negative Nancy every time you talk to them. How do you get started to find a different community, a different people to say, hey, I need a change? Where do you find them at?
Well, first of all, right now, that's what I love social media. That's what I love online, and the possibility that we have with, marketing, because we get to connect with anybody that we want right now. So the first thing that I decided to do is I had a conversation with myself, and I started doing my goals. I started writing my goals with my end result. Where do I want it to be? And I started even doing my vision board, the vision boards that we always talk about, like the house, and I put in the car that I wanted, the traveling that I wanted, how I wanted to be my life. And I will look at this every single day when I woke up, the first thing I saw was that. Now, I knew for a fact, and we all know that our friends, our family, if they are in the same situation, they're never going to lead you to that. So because I already have my result, this is what I want to do. So now it's like, okay, let me be honest with myself. Does this friend, does this business, working at this job, is that going to lead me there? Absolutely not. Now, it's not about being mean or anything. I still love them. I still care about them. But now it's like, it's about you, because you're the only one who can take your life to the next level. So now you limit your time with the people who are broke mindset, who are negative, or they have the fear, always judging you. You limit that, but then you start spending more time. So that's what I decided. It's like, okay, all these friends, I love them. Let me just spend maybe once a month with them, just making a phone call, a text message, anything like that. And I started looking for friends. The best way, go YouTube. Find a mentor, somebody that you love, and start looking at the comments, people who are commenting and people who are just like sharing really valuable information. Second thing, Instagram or Facebook, even TikTok, look at accounts that empower you, that are teaching you something. Send them a message. Follow those people. It's like social media is very powerful. The problem is that we follow people that are in the same way that we are. Broke, drama, things going on. But if you delete all these people and you only follow people who are giving you positive, teaching you something, taking you to the next level, every time you open your Instagram, you're going to see growth. You're going to get to the next level. And it starts from that. Be bold and go in a group on Facebook. It's like, hey, how's it going? I'm new here. I'm broke. I don't know what to do. I need help. What book would I read? And something else that I did at the beginning with no social media, because of course that's like, 12, 15 years ago, I will dress really sharp. And I will go to all these free networking events, business, like random. I have no idea about business, and I will dress well.
Chambers, all of
Yeah, all those for free. And I will just go there and I will introduce myself. Hi, nice to meet you. Who are you? And then so I started asking those questions, and I became very good at asking the right questions. The first question I ask people, besides, kind of like giving a compliment, I will ask like, how do you got what you have right now? Or like, what do you have to do to be where you are right now? And then you tell a little bit of your story. Listen, I'm broke, but I want to be like you. And then just let them, like, maybe it's a book, maybe it's a video, maybe it's a course, maybe it's something. And it's little by little, you get there.
Yeah, I love that. And we're getting ready to go to our first break. But before we do, I want to kind of recap, because you said some really cool things. But for you to get to where you're at, the first thing we had to do was make a choice, saying, hey, you know what? I don't want to be in the same place where I'm at. I no longer want to clean houses. I want to be able to do something bigger. So you made a choice. And then you started to go into discovery mode, which discovery is kind of saying, hey, you know what? What is it going to take for me to actually get to where I need to go? What's my vision? What do I want my life to look like? What are all these different things? You had to start changing your belief, your mindset through reading, through studying, and then, like you say, association through the people that you're connecting with. So many great things to be able to get where you're at. And when we come back from the break, I want to hit on a little bit about your processes and what did you do to help you get to over 70,000 customers and leveraging social media. And let's dive in a little bit of those strategies. So if you guys are tuning in, you're listening to this, you guys are not going to miss what Angie has to say, because she is a proven testimony of how this stuff can actually work. And she's going to break down exactly what you guys can do to start moving forward and gaining some momentum. So stay tuned, and we will be back here right after our first break.
Most entrepreneurs miss out on opportunities due to lack of leadership or not knowing how to connect with the right people or the right customers. They struggle keeping their sales pipeline full and booking qualified leads. What would your business look like if you had a team to support you referring your ideal clients who are excited and ready to buy? Business Leaders Network is a mastermind networking community where we focus on education, learning from industry leaders, networking, and building real connections. You can learn more by visiting businessleadersnetworking.com. or by tuning into our weekly show with your strategic business success coach, J.R. Spear, on Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is Business Leaders Network with J.R. Spear. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to grow@businessleadersnetworking.com. Now, back to the program.
All right, guys, my name is JR, and I am your host on the Business Leaders Network show, and we are on the Inspired Choices Network, where we can stream live our show every single week on your favorite platform. And if you guys have not checked out our live community every single week, go to blncommunity.com. That's blncommunity.com, where we have amazing calls where you can connect with industry leaders as well as learn different resources, tips, and strategies to help you guys grow your business. So go to blncommunity.com. Check us out. I'd love to invite you as one of my free VIP guests. And then also, if you did not grab a copy of my book, The Success Guide to Building Your Coaching Empire, make sure you guys do so. Go to jrspear.com, click on my link, download my order my book, and then I'll shoot over an autographed copy to you. All right, today we are talking to Angie Hernandez. And if you guys missed the first part of the show, I want to encourage you guys to go back, because she broke down how she got to where she's at, to generating more than 70,000 customers online from social media. And we are about to dive in to some of her amazing strategies. So Angie, what's up? Thank you for being here again.
Absolutely. I am ready to break it down.
All right. Well, I'm going to be taking some notes, because you definitely got something to say, because reaching over 70,000 customers is no joke. And for someone to be able to reach that and create the lifestyle and dream they desire, from coming from being an immigrant to the United States, from cleaning the houses, coming from a poverty home and mindset, and not having any type of success growing up or an example of it, to be able to create your own life that you desire. You had to do something pretty amazing to be able to get there. And I'm excited just learning a little bit more about, like, what are you doing to build this amazing platform and to get more than 70,000 customers?
Absolutely. And well, first of all, it hasn't been perfect and easy. I think in the last 12 years since I've been—
You mean you didn't hit a button? It didn't like start printing money?
Oh, no. And it's not even a funnel. That's what crazy people think. It's like, oh, let me just build this funnel and I'm just going to be making money online, or let me just create and just do some dances and TikTok and I just make all the money. No, absolutely not. That's
the one thing stopping me. That's why I haven't made the $80 million like you. I'm not shaking my booty.
Exactly. Well, you don't have to, and I'm going to tell you exactly what you have to do. It's been a learning curve, and anything that you do in life is not an overnight success. It's all about planning this, having a strategy, always starting with the end result, what you want to do. And of course, before you want to even start selling anything in marketing, you want to know what you're selling. So what is it what you're selling? And you have to start with that. Like, if you are working in a network marketing company, for example, that you have a product that you're promoting, great, that's great, but you have to be very specific. I'm selling this product. I'm selling this business. I have my course. You have to start like that. Just the reason why is a lot of people think that just by starting a social media and posting a selfie or posting a vacation, oh, this is the new purse and the new car, you're going to become famous. Yes, some of the girls who post like bikini photos and videos and TikToks, they get a lot of likes. They get a lot, lots of traction.
Yeah, but where's the money?
Exactly. But that's my question. Are you building it for likes, or are you building it to make money? And that's the biggest difference. think about the fact that, let's say, because it's not about the amount of followers that you have, it's about knowing what you're selling first, and then second, the quality of followers that you have. That is the biggest difference. And besides, putting that aside, a little bit of marketing, everything about is leadership. You need to be good in having a strategy on leadership, how to teach others how to do exactly the same thing. One of my biggest problems at the beginning is that, okay, let me sell this, even if it's door by door or, selling online or anything, but I wanted to do it all. I wanted, like, this is my system. I don't want no one to know that. This is my secret, my. Like, my ego is my, right? And then, yes, I was selling, but the power is not in what you do alone. The power is in teaching other people how to do the same thing, and you can make a little bit override on it. Now, if you are in a network marketing company, that is great, because that's how normally it is. You have distributors and you make a percentage of all the sales that the whole team does. So that's a great strategy. It's already built for you. But also, if you have a business, let's say if you have a course, let's say if you're selling a course in real estate. Now, what you can do is create a course, and then you can have affiliated links for, hundreds of people. And, people that's like, I love your course. What if I would love to, I would love other people to learn this. Like, well, what if I give you a link, and every time you promote it, sell it, or share it with someone, you make 20% or 10%. Now, it's not you only selling, it's people that love your stuff selling it for you. So you can do it different ways. So the power is in duplication, the power is in leadership. Now, going back to the social media part, you need to start with the end result. What is the product that you're choosing? And second, who is your ideal customer?
Hey, I want to pause you really quick. So before you dive into that, because you said something that is really powerful that I think a lot of people miss, and it's that power of duplication. And you said it really fast, but I think that is the magic behind growth. Yeah. It is that duplication, is learning how to do it. You're talking about leadership, but what does that leadership mean when it comes to duplication? Now, I know my systems and strategy of what that looks like and things like that, but I want you to dive into that a little bit more, because the listeners on here, it's like, man, all right, we can go out there and find one sale at a time. And just by my own friends, like, okay, I can go out there and hit the doors running and cold call and do events and do all these different things. And I'm getting one client after the next by myself. But when you understand the power of duplication and leveraging affiliate marketing and leveraging, your leadership skills, how do you get started on doing something like that? And how important is that to the success of the growth of your business?
It is everything, because imagine the power that you have, the product that you believe in, the service that you believe in, but instead of you the one doing all the work, you have 100 people doing it with you. If you can do one sale per day, imagine what 100 people can do if they can duplicate exactly the same thing. But now the power on that is you becoming the mentor in teaching, and it's all about the vision that you have. So vision casting is very important when you're working with people, because it's not, at the end of the day, it's not about sales. Sales, sales is like someone at the mall telling you, hey, buy this. Here's it is. There's the sample. This is a sale. There is no emotions. There is nothing. But when you can have somebody involved in the vision that you have, where you're going. So, even when you're starting a business, let's say network marketing again, or you're just starting a business, you don't have anything. You have this dream. You have the dream of, like, you're building this academy or this course or this platform. You need people to sell it with you, because it's not the same as you doing it by yourself than having 100 people promoting your service or business. Now, but even if you're not making money right now, it's never about where you are right now. It's all about where you're going. So never, ever, ever, when you're talking about your business and when you're talking about what you're doing, it's never about where you are right now. It's always where you're heading to, where you're going. So when you speak with more confidence, because you can say, like, I just got started this business, or I'm launching this business. But in the next 2 months or the next 2 years, this is where I'm going. and I'm looking for some key individuals who want to earn money with me, or who want to build this with me, or who want to partner up with me to take this business to $1 million company. So, even though you don't have it, but when you paint the vision for people, they get involved on it. And then, of course, you start getting that success. So just painting that. And then at the end of the day, again, leadership, I will definitely recommend anybody to read any book from John Maxwell, developing the leader between you, and then developing the leaders around you. It's incredible books where you can start learning how to talk to people. Also very big into personalities. Not everybody has the same personality, and some people are more excited about, helping some people. Some people are more excited about money. Some people are more excited about having fun, and some people want more information. So you want to learn about personality traits, how to read personalities when you meet someone. So whenever you're recruiting or when you're talking to someone, you talk in their personality so you can cast their vision to them.
Yeah, a lot of really great things, and vision casting is a huge thing, because the truth is, if you don't even know where you're going, then how are you able to lead others to be able to get to where you're going as well? I mean, we can constantly sell to other people to get more business, to get more clients, or whatever it may be, but why? And eventually, if you don't know that purpose behind what you're doing, well, neither will anyone else, and then people eventually get burnt out, hate doing what they're doing, and move on, find someone else. But when you can find that vision and paint that for them and really get them bought in to what you want, to where you're going, the possibilities are endless. So I love that. We're getting ready to go to our second break right now. And when we come back, I would love to start going into further on into the strategies of what you've been able to do from a social media standpoint. And because you got a lot of really cool things going, and you're already dropping a lot of good nuggets, and I'm just excited to see what else you got to bring. So let's stay tuned. And after this break, and we will come back here shortly.
Most entrepreneurs miss out on opportunities due to lack of leadership or not knowing how to connect with the right people or the right customers. They struggle keeping their sales pipeline full and booking qualified leads. What would your business look like if you had a team to support you referring your ideal clients who are excited and ready to buy? Business Leaders Network is a mastermind networking community where we focus on education, learning from industry leaders, networking, and building real connections. You can learn more by visiting businessleadersnetworking.com or by tuning into our weekly show with your strategic business success coach, J.R. Spear, on Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is Business Leaders Network with J.R. Spear. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to grow@businessleadersnetworking.com. Now, back to the program.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. My name is JR, and I am your host on the Business Leaders Network, and we are on the Inspired Choices Network, where you can listen to our show every single week on your favorite channel at 3 p.m. Eastern time. All right. So we were talking a lot about Angie, her story, opening it up about where she came from, discovery, which led her to where we're at. The second part of our show, we were talking about leadership. We were talking about, the power of duplication as well as vision casting. And now we're going to go a little bit deeper about social media strategy, of how she's been able to grow more than 70,000 clients and more than $80 million as an entrepreneur. So Angie, Thank you so much. This has been a pleasure so far, and we are just getting started with the second half of our show, and love for you to dive in. So we ended the first part of our show talking about duplication, leadership, and vision casting. What is the next step when it comes to building our empire from social media and marketing our businesses? But before we dive into that, I want to chime in on something to make sure it's really clear. The things that you are teaching does not just apply to one industry, to MLM or anything else. This applies to so many other industries of, no matter what you do, you just got to learn to get creative, think outside the box, and figure out what makes it work for you. So let's get started, and I'm going to hand over the mic to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the strategies are for absolutely any industry. I mean, real estate, for any business, if you're launching your own product or your own services, absolutely anything, because it's all about reaching out more people. The way that you want to reach out more people is not just to create old advertising like what back in the 80s or 90s, that it was just, TV advertising or the yellow pages. As how many of you remember the yellow pages? And like you were looking, was the next doctor, and, MapQuest to go anywhere, right? The way that we used to do marketing back in the 80s, early 90s is completely changed. Nobody even go to MapQuest anymore to print the address or to go search for the doctor. And everybody goes to Instagram or social media to find a restaurant, to find a good doctor, and it's all about the reviews. Now, the more people are talking about you, the more likely they're going to choose you. And the only way that you get to that is just being very niche market in what you're doing, having a lot of people talking about you, having that tribe or that, group of people who are your affiliated or people who support you or have the vision casting that you're already telling them. Now, the way that the social media, and this is key to build your social media, this is where people make the biggest mistake. And actually, I have experienced and made the biggest mistake in my social media, because I was thinking posting one picture with a selfie or in a nice car or traveling, it was going to get me to sell more. And at the end of the day, nobody in social media cares of what you have or what you're done. They only care about how can they get what you have. So in reality, social media is not for you. Social media is for your followers, for your ideal customer. So when you start with the product or service that you want to promote, sell your business, right? This is what you want to sell. Now, the next most important thing is finding out who is your ideal customer. And this is what I teach people: create a profile. Everything you need to know about this, your ideal customer: how much money they make, where do they live, are they female, male, what is the age, like absolutely the demographic, they have kids, they're single. Let's put in this example. In real estate, you can have many type of real estate. You can have first-time home buyers, you can have investors, you can have luxury houses, you can have commercial real estate. It's still real estate, right? But if you're in luxury real estate, you want to buy a $2 million house, and then you're posting like a $200,000 house. Hey, this is this lot for $50,000. This is in Kansas. Like, you're posting all these low-end real estate things, and you're posting a picture of yourself with your new purse, and then you're posting your kids and your dog and your cat. A person who wants to buy $1 million or $2 million house is gonna be like, why would I follow? Like, what's the point? Even though you may be the best real estate agent, you may have the listing of the $2 million house, but you're not targeting because you're not speaking to that ideal customer. So you want to make sure you identify who's your ideal customer. Okay, so real estate, you want to go to luxury real estate. Now think about how much money do they make? Do they live? Where do they live? Do they have kids? So now everything is going to be around that customer. The second step is asking yourself, what are the problems of my ideal customer? In terms of your niche real estate in this example, what are the problems of my ideal customer? Okay, they don't have the time to look for houses. They, they're super busy, they have business. So you start listing all the problems. So maybe type of loan, so how to get that, like whatever it is. So remodeling houses, same thing for first-time homeowners. So if that's your target, first-time homeowners, the problem for a first-time homeowner can be maybe they don't have enough credit. Maybe they don't know how to get their first loan. Maybe they're just having a baby and they just need to find a house that is close to, a school, for example. So what happens is that you listen at all the problems of your ideal customer. And the third step is asking yourself, how can I solve the problems of my ideal customer with what I do? So how can I solve the problems of my ideal customer with what I do? And that is the content that you post in social media. You're not posting your purse, your cat, the random things. You're only solving problems for your ideal customer. What that happens is that's gonna make you a guru. That's gonna make you an expert. That's gonna, like, if you're a first-time home buyer, they're gonna go to you, because every video, every post, everything that you do, it's towards that. Even though, like, you can also be like, my ideal customer is very sarcastic. So you can post some sarcastic things, because that's the type of people that you want to work with. So that is the key, because now every single person that is going to follow you, every single person that's going to see your social media, they're going to be like, oh, wow, I follow him or her because of marketing, because of social media, because of real estate, because dentists, or because of whatever, this course or whatever it is. They're not following you because you have a nice bikini and you just have likes. It's because well, that's you, but you're not gonna be selling anything unless you have an OnlyFans. That can happen. but you start attracting your ideal customer. And that's when my question goes around. What is it better for anyone? Is it better to have 100,000 followers who will never be your customer, who will never see your stories, who will never give you a like? It's just a number. Or would you rather have 100 followers who wants your product, who want to become your customer, who wants to buy a house from you? 100,000 or 100 customers? So the number of followers doesn't matter. It's the quality of followers that matters.
Yeah, so many great things in there. And I had a couple questions that I wrote down that came to my mind. One is how often should someone be posting? What's the consistency like? Is there a difference between video, images, or even just written content? What's your recommendation on all that?
Absolutely. So first question, how often? Totally will be after you. It should be at least, I post every day. So every single day, but it's already like, so this is what I do. And this is a secret for everybody listening. I don't spend time in social media because I value my life more than just being online. And people think I'm online all the time. Absolutely not. I take 2 hours per week on Saturday or Friday, create all my content for the next week, and I set it up to post, basically either automatically, or I just like take like 10 seconds, 20 minutes, post it, kind of like look at the likes, and that's it. So I don't spend any time in my social media because my life is more important. That's one thing. So you can set it up because you already know what to post. You're not like randomly, you already have the questions. So you can start posting at least 3 times per day. 80% of the content should be resolving people's problems. So resolving your ideal customer problems. And then 20%, you can mix it out with something personal for you. Like, you can still post your kids and your family. They still want to know about you. You want to become a normal person. So post a little bit about you. And then you can also post your sales. Like, hey, this is the course that I'm doing. Or this is a new product that I'm launching. So 80% solving problems, 20% you and sales. And then the last question about if it's video or post. Yes. So right now, each social media is different. And Instagram, as of right now, reels and videos are going to give you more exposure. If you're gonna be posting a picture, make sure the picture you're posting at least 2 pictures. So never post just one picture, because it really is not gonna go anywhere. People are not gonna see it that often. So make sure you're posting at least 2 pictures, like, if you're posting your family, then maybe 2 pictures of your family. That works a lot right now. And still use hashtags. I mean, a few hashtags, like at least 5 hashtags. And those strategies are great. I mean, everything changes all the time. But as long as you're consistent, if you decide to post 3 times per week, post 3 times per week. And the key for any social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even YouTube, go live. 100% go live at least once a week. And going live, you can do a Q&A. You can do an interview. You can go live and just talk to your followers about your niche or anything. But that's going to create definitely a lot more engagement.
Yeah, I love that. And you hit on something that I was talking about in regards to a platform, but does it really matter which platform and which one's getting the most return ROI for entrepreneurs?
It's all depends on what you're selling and what you are, really what your business is like. In my case, Facebook, even though Facebook thinks it's like, oh, it's all for all people. Facebook is where I made all the money. And it's still where I make all the money, where I get, all my customers. I love Facebook. You can create groups. You can be a little bit more personal. Facebook is the platform that I love. Instagram for me is just fun. It's just, sharing a lot. But again, it's just all depending what you're selling. So if you have a product that, is targeting somebody from 25 years old to, like, let's say 35, definitely TikTok will be, one of the best platforms for you. Facebook will not be one of the best platforms because there's not 25 years old in Facebook.
Which goes back to your original point of needing to really dial in and understand who your ideal client is. And when you do and know where they're hanging out, you can go there. I'm like you. I built my fortune on Facebook, and every time I try other platforms, I get my return always on Facebook every single time. So, all right, we are getting ready to go to our last break. And when we come back, I would love to learn a little bit more about what you are doing and kind of share about how people can get connected with you, what you're doing to really help them, and how you can make a difference and impact. So if you guys can stay tuned, we will come back and let you know how you can get connected with the famous Angie Hernandez.
Most entrepreneurs miss out on opportunities due to lack of leadership or not knowing how to connect with the right people or the right customers. They struggle keeping their sales pipeline full and booking qualified leads. What would your business look like if you had a team to support you referring your ideal clients who are excited and ready to buy? Business Leaders Network is a mastermind networking community where we focus on education, learning from industry leaders, networking, and building real connections. You can learn more by visiting businessleadersnetworking.com or by tuning into our weekly show with your strategic business success coach, J.R. Spear, on Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. This is Business Leaders Network with J.R. Spear. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to grow@businessleadersnetworking.com. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. My name is JR, and I am your host on the Business Leaders Network, and we are on the Inspired Choices Network, streamlined on more than 450 channels globally. And so you have no opportunity or no wrong way to be able to see or hear our messages every single week on your favorite channel. So if you guys have not visited our online community, the Business Leaders Network community, I would love to invite you as one of my VIP guests. Go to www.blncommunity.com. That's blncommunity.com, and go down, submit your information, and then all of our calls and times and locations will be submitted and sent to you directly. All right, Angie Hernandez, welcome back. We talked a
Thank
lot about leadership and vision boarding, casting and duplication and your story and social media and things to post. Now, let's talk about what is it that you are doing right now to really make an influence and impact to small business owners or any entrepreneur by that matter.
Yeah, so one of the things that I started working in actually was after through COVID, because before COVID I was very big into like network marketing, traveling the world, like in teaching network marketers and how to build their business, leadership, social media, how to sell their products online. So that's what I was doing. And then when COVID happened, my whole business fell apart. Like it was just like, now there's no more speaking engagements. That is, now there's nothing else going on. And I just always believe when anything happens in life, it's two options. You cried about it, or you just go back and say, you know what? How can I reinvent the wheel? And at that point, I sit down and was just like figuring out like, what can I do now? I will always be part of a network marketing company. I love the industry and I just support a lot of the products that I personally consume. I love it. I think it's fun. I think there's a great way for people to make extra $500 to $2,000 extra a month or more if they want to just take it serious. And so I do that currently. Work with a network marketing company. But at that point, it's like there's many people, traditional business owners, who needs to learn how to use online marketing too, especially people who are struggling right now. So what I decided to do is put everything that I know that I was teaching in how to do marketing, social media, how to sell, how to do that. And instead I put in it for network marketing. I recreated different master classes and courses to teach other people, entrepreneurs, and do private coaching to teach that. And that's what I've been doing since 2020. I've been able to help many different business owners in different aspects and how to transform their social media, teaching them how to post, what to post, how to find your ideal customer. And then now I just updated it with ChatGPT, a full master class and how to utilize it, different ebooks and marketing prompts where, utilizing ChatGPT, it makes our job 1,000 times easier. As an example, I wanted to redo my website, angiehernandez.com. I wanted to write it down again, but I'm still learning how to speak. I'm still learning, like, how do I say this thing in English? So I was like trying to write it. It's like, oh, this is too much. And it was just for a whole year. It's like, I need to rewrite my story. I need to rewrite it. And then ChatGPT came along. It's like, what if I ask them? And then what if I learn how to ask ChatGPT? Because that's the most important thing, learn how to use ChatGPT and the prompts. So I learned the prompts and it wrote my whole website in 5 minutes. Every single page, it was done in 5 minutes. And all I did is copy, paste it, updated my website, and great. This is it. So now that's what I'm what I'm doing, teaching entrepreneurs how to utilize technology, social media for their advantage, not to spend more time wasting time doing TikToks and dances, but more to increase their sales and to be positioned in where the world is going. The way that we used to do marketing in the 80s and 90s is never going to be the same. This is the way. If you want to make money, you need to be online.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you. And I love ChatGPT and just the simplicity of the speed and efficiency that it brings to us. And what you're doing is amazing. I mean, you had built a fortune doing something else, and you had to make a pivot when times change, and you're able to prove that it's working even with what you're doing now. And so I just commend you on that, because you're a person of drive and determination and commitment, and to do whatever it takes to actually make it happen. So proud of you for doing that and just taking a step forward to be able to make it happen, because even having a small thing like language barrier to be able to stop you for what would stop a lot of people from being able to move forward, you find a way. You're resourceful. You're making things happen. And so that speaks a lot of volumes from you. So anyone out there listening to this, if you're saying, hey, you know what, I'm just struggling with technology and I want to figure out this whole social media world, this game, and figure out how I can be more efficient and productive with it, I want to encourage you guys, go out there, connect with Angie Hernandez. That's Angie, Angee Hernandez. And we'll drop a link to her information below this post on your favorite channel. So connect with her, shoot her a message, and see where that conversation goes. And for everyone else out there, we are back live next week, 3 p.m. Eastern time on your favorite channel. And look forward to seeing you guys again. Go to blncommunity.com, and love to see you in one of our next week's classes. All right, guys, until next time, Semper Fi.
Thank you for listening to the Business Leaders Network show. J.R. Spear returns Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on the InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. Until then, stay committed to your goals and be resilient even through the most difficult times. Showing up every day, giving your best, and having the mental and